let's first take a look at what will happen next in terms of the future of Venezuela. But some of the latest details that we are learning is that US President Trump is going on US media, and now he's been speaking to Fox, where he's been saying that the US will now decide the future of Venezuela, and that the US can't just let anyone come in and just somebody else take over Venezuela. But apart from that, some of the details that I'd like to talk about is, firstly, it's unclear who's really going to lead the country now with Maduro out of the country, whether the vice president will take over or not. However, the government has urged that the people must remain calm, because they're in a sense concerned that there could be anti-Maduro protests taking over the country, really celebrating these US strikes, which could lead to unrest in Venezuela. But apart from that, the Venezuelan defense minister has said that all the armed forces have been deployed on the borders as well as within the city to ensure that law and order remains. As I mentioned, the Trump plan on Venezuela is still unclear as to what he's going to do next. Could there be a second wave of strikes even targeting other parts of the country? That is unclear. However, as I mentioned, US President has been speaking on various US media channels, where he has now stating really that the US will decide the future and destiny of Venezuela, which government will take over, whether the opposition will, the party will take over. That remains to be seen. So a lot of uncertainty when it comes to Venezuela. Because remember that the US has clearly declared that the Maduro government is illegitimate, meaning that even the vice president taking over would mean that US still sees that government as illegitimate. And now the big question really remains is, as I was mentioning, could there be a regime change in Venezuela because of this action? Could we see even the Nobel Peace Prize winning winner Machado coming back to Venezuela to take power? So a lot of big questions really remaining about Venezuela's future. One thing we do know clearly is that Venezuelan President Maduro is going to stand trial on criminal charges in the US. He's been indicted in a New York court. I'm just going to quickly take you through what are the charges that Maduro, as well as his wife actually, First Lady of Venezuela, are now facing. And one of the last points in what's next is that Spain while they have said that they're observing what's happening, the developments, they've said that we're offering to mediate the tensions between US and Venezuela and to ensure that there's a peaceful transition in Venezuela. So let's quickly take a look at some of the charges that Venezuelan President Maduro and his wife are facing. The big charges, one of the biggest charges, of course, narco-terrorism, the narco-terrorism conspiracy. US President has repeatedly said that Maduro and his government have been supporting drug trafficking within the country, and that's one of the biggest charges that he's facing. The cocaine importation conspiracy, again drug trafficking charges that Maduro is facing. Some of the other charges that he's also facing is possession of weapons, possession of machine guns and destructive devices, a direct threat to US national security, which is again one of the big reasons that why the US chose to take this step. In fact, there was a US arrest warrant, which is what the Trump administration is using to legitimize its actions against Venezuela. And the last point, of course, conspiracy to possess weapons against the US. Again, a national security threat, which Trump is now using to justify this action. Whether the international platforms and the US Congress, in fact, will believe this justification, take this justification, yet to be seen. But this is what the Trump administration is using to justify its actions in Venezuela.
Right. Thank you, Disha, for joining us with those details.